let's say you're working at a job that you're mediocre about. And let's say in the middle of it, you have this calling where you just hear this calling that goes, what if we left this job right now? Right? There's this like open-ended kind of portal to a new world in that feeling, right? And it can't tell you why you should because you've never done it. So there's this like opening that's miraculous and magic. Now, if you follow that and say yes without seeing what'll happen, you're entering a new world. And the you that was trying to protect yourself would have to collapse because you're following a higher you. But usually when those decisions come up, before you say yes to it, it's met with an egoic, we better not. So you'll be like, what if we leave this company, or ask this person out, or write a book, or fly to Italy right now, whatever. Whenever you have this first thing, the second thing, the old you, the small you, comes up with all these stupid reasons why you shouldn't. And it's usually, they're really weak reasons, right? So the first you will be like, what if we leave this company? And the second voice is like, well, yeah, then we can't go to that restaurant Cheesecake Factory party next week or whatever. And then it's like, this voice is like, I want you to follow me even with no evidence of why, because then that's faith. You'll actually be moving based on feeling and not evidence, right? And the second voice is like, yeah, but they have those Thai lettuce wraps and I want to eat that. And this first voice is this like expansion, and this is like, yeah, but. And I always give this example, but if anyone watching has ever stayed in a relationship with someone that you don't want to be with because you know, like eventually you were going to go camping, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like people be like, I hate this person, but I already bought a tent. So I guess I'll hate him for the next month and then I'll hate him in the woods. Like you don't have to do that, right? But when you follow this higher you, the yeah, but dies. And you kind of go off into this adventurous you that is basically proving to yourself based on how you move that you're worth more, that your time's worth more, that you're valuable, that you are good at saying no to things that are not a 10-10-10 in your heart. So there's this higher you that's like trying to guide yourself into a world of miracles and freedom and worthiness. And then you have a world of unworthiness that you learned with your parents that's trying to stay alive too. So you're moving into expansion or contraction. And a lot of people choose contraction, and then their life is just Groundhog Day. It's just the same thing over and over and over again. It's just this sad loop of just like, it's fine. That's what they want. And I'm not judging it, but like, man, there's this, the second you follow the first time and then you get all these miracles, you start to get good at following that higher thing. And it takes you to crazy joy and crazy freedom and higher levels of health and all kinds of stuff. And you end up spitting out all these things that you're not. And, you know, a great example would be if I ask anyone watching on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what's meditation for you? Or what's walking around in the woods or just going on a walk without your phone? Many people say 10 there. If I say, what's scrolling through Instagram for you all day? Let's say you scrolled through Instagram for an average of 3-4 hours a day. Most people would say that's a 1 or a 2. Yet, people spend way more time on Instagram than meditating, right? So people are used to living contracted, and the energy in your body is stuck based on how you're moving, right? So when you keep living in the old habit, right, you're being unable to purge your ego because you keep moving from the ego. And if you follow the higher you and move more into a oneness place, it starts to purge the ego. But in your moves, you're showing the universe that you're worthy of so much, and you're free and you're joyful. And you weirdly in this place have this paradox of you want less, you don't need as much, you're not addicted as much, and way more is coming your way. Like you're in this place where you're fine no matter what. You don't need a relationship, you don't need whatever, but you're also like really attractive because you're not needy, you're in your power, you're guided, you know what I'm saying? So learning to find what the higher you wants is really, and then not the egoic higher you. Some people think, I hear a lot of people, they make what they think is their 10, but it's their ego's 10, right? And so they'll be like, that's like thinking I want to go win in gambling a bunch, right? And it's like, maybe your highest would be to leave the casino though.